Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming and thank you for having me. Today, I'm not just to share my experience about the education in Thailand, but also encourage you all to ask more questions about creativity. It's not just only asking creativity in science or mathematics, but also the art field, because creativity is very important in all over the world, especially in the education field. Today, I'm just would like to share the holistic top down to the bottom from the Thai education here. So I would like to clarify for a bit about Thai education. For in the international level, OECD is the top lead organization that emphasize that creativity is the most important thing that we should emphasize in our students these days. And also the Thailand, especially in the educational ministry, we also have some policy and also have some financial support for any program or training that boosts up the creativity in students. And I would like to share about you that how we dealing with the school and also teacher and also student as well. And after that, when we put a lot of things to student, what we have to do is just we have to do that other thing that we put to them is really working or not. So we assess them that I'm going to show you how Thailand assess the creativity in student, and we to share that how it's important to help students implement and also adapt creativity in their daily life. So first thing first, I would like you to hear the vision. So I know that there are many leaders here, but Thailand also have many leaders that value the creativity as well. This is the director from Future that Skill Foundation, one of the organization that I'm working with.
คือการศึกษาไทยตอนนี้เนี่ยยังไม่ต่างอะไรจากเมื่อ 20 ปีก่อนก็คือเป็นการสอนเพื่อให้จำเนาะความรู้วิชาการเมื่อเราเรียนเมื่อปีก่อนปีถัดมาเนี่ยมันก็เอาอัปเดตแล้วมันก็ใช้ไม่ได้แล้วนะเพราะฉะนั้นสิ่งสำคัญเนี่ยในโลกใบนี้ตอนนี้มันคือเรื่องของทักษะนะครับโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งทักษะการคิดวิเคราะห์สร้างสรรค์
So that's a short vision from him that I worked with him for many years. So the outline here that I want you to go through is would like to share that how we foster creativity in the classroom and also how we prepare undergraduate students to teach very young students, especially in the kindergarten and also the primary school students, to teach them creatively. And the last thing is I would like to share that how we measure creativity in Thai education. So first, this is the project one that we foster creativity in the classroom, especially in a teacher and student. This is project one named Enhancing and Evaluating Creative and Critical Thinking Skill in Classroom here. So this project was funded by Equitable Education Fund, which we call EEF for short. This institute is supervision by the Thai government. And the OECD and also the Future for Skill have the same vision that we should improve creativity in students. Because the future job is coming and we don't know that we should prepare them for the future job because almost new job that is coming, we don't know what it is. So the aim that we would like to develop is we develop the process at how we teach them. And also we develop the teachers, network, and also the lesson plan model to enhance and evaluate the student learning about the creativity. For the target of this project, so we recruit all over the world, all over the country from Thailand that is include 42 districts and 82 school and teachers, educational supervisor, and a school principal, and also head of academic department. So it is very important that after we train the teachers, when they go back to the school, it's very important that the school principal and also the head of academic department know exactly that what teachers are doing. So most of the time, the school principal don't get involved any idea that what teachers are doing at all. It's really important that they get involved to this program. So for the project implementation, so we coordinate with the area office, the secondary educational service area office. And after that, we have like organized the meeting to present the project over and like present to them that how important this project is and how important that we should enhance creativity in classroom. And after that, we have like we send our researcher to the school to train the headmaster, the head of academic department, and also the science and mathematics, and also the art teachers. There are around like 50 to 100 teachers that coming in to join the one-day training for like 42 schools. And after that, we select some of the like outstanding teachers to have the intensive training with the researchers and also the specialists from the CCE. And then they go back to the classroom and implement the plan that we just discussed about. And after that, we collect the data, doing the questionnaire, and also do something like analysis the data to look up that the project that we have working with is really working. And then after they finish the teaching, they go to have like a meeting, another meeting to do the like a community professional like discussion with the CCE and also some specialists from the same team to do the intensive training here. So what I would like to emphasize is the key component here in this project, which is the Community Innovation Project, the CIP here, which is the main tool that we used in the classroom. So the CIP came from the constructionist approach because we think that students better gain knowledge when they construct something. It's a skill base here that I would like to emphasize. And the thing that they invent should be something that innovation and also involve with their community, that it should benefit their own community in some way. So this is the thing that we would like to students to improve or make it better. So this one it's not just only three things, but we also like put the creative habits of mind here from Bill Lucas and from OECD here. So this one includes like inquisitive, persistent, imaginative, and discipline are also collaborative here. During making the lesson plan, the teacher making the lesson plan, they have to make sure that the lesson plan that they are doing is really like moving from low functioning classroom here to the right hand side here is the high functioning classroom. Is this a basic? It's kind of like a fundamental that if you can build the classroom here to be a high functioning classroom, we try to make like a creative ecosystem that student and teacher like know exactly what they are doing to build a creative classroom. And these all 5 ingredients turn to like 6-step teaching of like community innovation project here. It's easier to teacher to understand all of these things. And then they can follow step by step by using these tools that we provided to them. So this can be used by teacher with a different circumstances and also a different kind of the student. So each of the steps we focus on a different kind of habits of mind here, such as the raising awareness and also inspiration here. So we focus on about inquisitive and imagination here. So teachers have to focus about that during making the lesson plan. So in the one-day training that I just mentioned before, so the first one is we introduce them by using the evaluation of potential creativity, or we call also, most of us know that epoch here, so it's very like well known in creativity assessment. So this is one of the results that came from the convergent thinking and divergent thinking test here. And after that, during the one-day training, so we have like school principal, head of academic department, and also teacher from science, mathematics, and art. So we took them for a walk in the like a local area that is a wet market, a seafood market here, to really feel the problem, really get in touch to the people, like interview the people, talk to the community leaders, and like observe surrounding, there are any like animals, the thing that people do in their communities. So after that, they come back to the meeting room and set up what they would like to improve, what they would like to make it better. So some of them like come up with such kind of organic box for preserving fish called seafood here. So after they're reaching the common agreement that what is the thing that they would like to improve, so they have to think about the plan, the whole year plan, because this subject is kind of whole year teaching. They have to think about the content that they need, any specialist that they need to come in, because the teacher cannot teach everything. We need other people to come in to join. And how many hours that they need to finish this making innovation. So after that, we have like practical training, but this step like take several hours, several months to finish this step to make this innovation really happen. So we skip this training during that day. So after that, it's almost the end of the day, so they have like self-assessment here. So we use the spidergram here. So we set up the 5 angles here, and each of the angle we put the inquisitive, persistent, and all of this. And then they have to rate themselves from 0 to 5. And such as some of them might rate themselves like inquisitive, just like 1 or 2. And they have to share the experience that why you rate themselves only 1 or 2, and discuss with their friends. And after that, we have to think first. It's not just only making this innovation, but they have to think further. We use the scamper technique here to make them think further. So you have to like adapt, like substitute, try to make it better from the innovation that they think about. And that is the thing that we use in one day. And this video might help you understand more about the CIP, that how it really works in the classroom context.
คุณครูอาจจะพาไปสำรวจโรงเรียนหรืออาจจะไปสถานที่ต่างๆแล้วให้เขามากำหนดประเด็นการเรียนรู้ด้วยตนเองว่าเขาสนใจเรื่องอะไร
ที่ล้างจานของโรงเรียนเรานะครับทางดักไขมันยังไม่มีประสิทธิภาพที่ดีพอครับไขมันก็เลยหลุดสู่แม่น้ำทำให้น้ำเน่าเสียครับ
จะทำยังไงให้ย่อยสลายใบไม้ได้ง่ายแล้วก็นำไปใช้ประโยชน์ได้ด้วยครับ
เขายังทำงานไม่ได้เขาก็จะไปศึกษาทำไมมอเตอร์ใช้งานไม่ได้เพราะอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเขาจะไปศึกษาด้วยตนเองโดยที่คุณครูหรือโค้ชไม่ต้องบังคับเด็กเลยค่ะ
สวิตช์ตัวนี้นะคะจะใช้สำหรับการบังคับใบพัดให้หมุนค่ะ
เวิร์ดของผมโน้ตอินซิตตัวนี้ครับจะทำงานโดยระบบเซ็นเซอร์ครับ
สวิตช์ตัวข้างหน้านี้นะคะคือเราจะเปิดแล้วก็มันจะทำงานกับมอเตอร์ค่ะพอเสร็จแล้วเราก็จะเอาใบไม้นี้ไปทำเป็นปุ๋ยค่ะ
ก็จะไปศึกษาค้นคว้าข้อมูลเพิ่มเติมเกี่ยวกับเรื่องระบบเซ็นเซอร์แล้วก็การเชื่อมต่อวงจรไฟฟ้าแล้วก็เรื่องล้อค่ะ
And that is some of the students that participate in our project. And for the finding that we found after we collect the data is the students tend to be more open and would like to learn new things. It's not just only learn things at what they specialize, but the thing that they never interested in, but they love to learn new things. So this is result from the founding. But also, we asked them that if they would like to learn the CIP again, what would they do to make it better? So some of them say that they have to use more imagination and challenge the thinking more, and also review the strength and weakness before and improve them a lot. But however, we have some problem because this project was utilized during the COVID-19, during the pandemic. So we asked them that do they using imagination after it's not just really using imagination in the class, but in the leisure time, do they using imagination? But we found that they don't use imagination a lot as we expected. It might be because of the COVID pandemic, or it might be because of our tool, and we try to figure it out how to improve this tool in the next year. So it's not just only improving creativity in students, but we see some changes in teachers and also students as well. Like For example, the teacher pay more attention to tracking and solving student problem. And the changes in student that we observe is the quality of this idea that they is more deep and profound, that they discuss with their friends more like intense and with the well structure. And that is the first project that we use in Thailand context to improve the creativity of the student. So another project, the project 2, is the project that prepare our education undergraduate student to teach creatively. This project 2 called Homegrown Teachers. In Thailand, we have like around 2,000 protected schools that in the highland areas and also in the along the border and located in the island and also located in the high-risk area. And most of the school, like a lot of them request to leave because that is not their local resident. So it's turned to a big problem because it's turned to a teacher shortage here because especially in the kindergarten and also primary school. So the EEF established this program to recruit the high school student that would like to become a teacher in the future. So we give like 1,500 opportunity to financial support them, and when they finish the bachelor, they can go back to be a teacher in their own community. So we also improve 15 teacher training and development institute, and also develop and improve quality of the school administrator, teacher, and staff that involved. And during the training, the 1,500 students that join this program, we have to make sure that when they will be a teacher in the future, we have to train them because they're gonna go to the local area where they live, and they have to make sure that they teach the kindergarten student and also primary student correctly and teach creatively. So we have this project, we collaborate with the CCE to train them with 2 trainings. The first one is the active learning trainings and also the dialogic teaching training. So both of them also structured by the creative habit of mind as well. So I would like just to give you some short example about the training that we did. So the first one is the drawing by instruction, which is the kind of the convergent thinking here. So the instruction in the first part is, so we distribute them into like many groups and give each group will receive the instruction of solely with drawing. So we told them that this drawing like costs around like 100,000 like US dollars, but we just give them just only one card with the sentences, and what they have to do is just create a masterpiece by their own. And this is the student work. And after that, we show the original work here. It's my like different way of think. And this is the more thing they have to follow the instruction, and this the artwork, and then this student work, and more of them here. It's so different. Like when they interpret the sentence and the outcome is so different. They're surprised that it's so totally different here, and this is more. So the point is that the interesting is in the part 2, because in the part 2 we gave them an emotional card, which is sad, happy, angry, and surprised. Students have to use the mathematical shape, so we integrate the math subject into this training as well. So they have to use the mathematical shape to represent the card that they receive. So this one is the original one. So what they have to do is they have to write down the instruction here. So some group, they can guess that what is going to happen next. So they wrote down the instruction with the whole like A4 paper to make sure that the next group that can follow the instruction can make it correctly. But the result is totally different. Like as you can see, even like the teacher try to tell everything to you, but the result is always different. And some of them like put the color in it. So we like spend like most of the time like do the reflection here, and I should skip this part for a bit. For that is the training that we train students to teach their own student in the future that teach creatively. And the last project here is the project that we assess. It's kind of big project that we have been used for 5 years. And this one is the project 3. So I'm going to show you how we assess the creativity test. So this one is creativity test in the selection process of the Thai prestigious scholarship. Thailand back in the day around like 50 years ago, we have like a problem with the people shortage especially in the people in the science field and technology field. So the government decided to give the financial support and also establish the scholarship called the DPST here. The DPST here, they're gonna give like the money support for the student that would like to be a researcher in the future or would like to be a lecturer or doing some kind of thing that can develop the country. So they're gonna get the 10 years financial support until they finish the PhD, the budget for everything to make sure that they spend all the time studying and try to make like a research topic. So we have like 2 rounds of selection. The first round, there are around like 3,000 or 4,000 students each year participate and apply for this scholarship. So the first round here, we just have we have to select just 300 people to go to the second round here. The second round here, we apply the science and mathematics creativity test to select from 300 to just only 40 people here each year. So the thing that I would like to share to you, which is the science and mathematics creativity test, which is specialized in the domain specificity and also the divergent thinking. So this is the simple drafting for creating the question. So the total of the question is 9 questions. So each student have to spend 6 minutes to finish the question. We think that the time limitation is the one that creative people should have. And the first question is about cause and effect situation. And our second one is the tools from characteristic of plant and animals and problem-solving process and phenomenon that related to mathematics. So I would like to share some of the questions that we used from the last year that recruit people. So this picture is the picture of show of toxic jellyfish found in the open sea that can be carried to shores by strong wind and waves. The upper part here, float above the water, had a cylinder shape, elongated shape. Based on this characteristic of the jellyfish, you must design the tools or equipment that help accident victims or in any circumstances. It may be the victim in the water, victim on the road. So what do we measure? We measure originality, which is there are a bunch of answers, but we have to select the outstanding one that represent that you are outstanding. And also the imagination. So we would like to hear about the strange outstanding answer. But it's not just only one single answer, but you have to create a multiple answer within 6 minutes. So it can show that within the time limitation, you can think different category of answers. So we score them from 0 to 3 score, and also dealing with the reliability. And the teachers and also the assessor or the scholar have to be well trained. So that's just the a simple mapping, a designing that we're dealing with the creativity assessment. And we try to develop this model this year because this model is already 5 years, and this year is an R&D project that we would like to working on it. So for the key takeaway here, the CIP is the one to enhance creativity in students. And creativity should be fostered since the student, when they have been young, they should start this since they were young. And also the key component is the teacher, which is they must be a change agent. Even the program is finished, they can stand by their own without like anybody telling them what to do. And also, one of the most important thing here is the creativity need to be measured, just like the code that what is measured is treasure. I hope today I can encourage all of you guys to ask more questions about creativity. It's not just only science, but it's not just to encourage all of you guys to ask more questions about creativity in the different field, the art, mathematics, and also science in a different field. Thank you so much for attention. ขอบคุณครับผมขอบคุณครับ
我哋而家咧將會有一個短短嘅 Q&A 環節啦。咁如果咁多位觀眾有問題想問Mr Kittikorn 嘅話咧，可以舉手示意，我哋嘅同事係會遞咪俾你嘅。
Why don't I start with the first question, if that's okay?
Sure.
So I actually learned a lot from your presentation, Mr.
Thank
Kittikorn,
you.
and especially the part about training the trainers and how you're training undergrad students who wants to be teachers to also teach creatively, as well as for students to learn creatively. And then you mentioned also that creativity needs to be measured, but I'm just thinking, how do we measure creativity? And for the test at the end, it's a really interesting question and got us both thinking as well. And I was just wondering, is there kind of like a measurement or a framework for measuring or quantifying creativity?
Actually, like we create our own rubrics, and like I can share with you, but that's okay. Okay, thank you so much. So because this is the framework that we are working with our team here. It's almost 5 years already because back in the day, because it is a 10 years scholarship, we have to make sure that our students that got the scholarship stay in the same line, and they have like something in their brain, something in their mind that after they working in the science field, being a researcher, being a lecturer, doing the science thing, mathematics things, it has to come up with new idea all the time. And creativity will be tools that we know that with students that we should grab to help our country. It's because we put a lot of money in it's a people investment. We have to put the correct one to help the country. So this one is a model to a rubric, and we create the question from this rubric, and this one is a creativity scoring online system that we created for 5 years. So we have the student answer sheet here, and also this one is rubric, and this one is the place that scholar can put the score in. And we have 3 scholars in each question.
Thank you. 我哋有冇其他問題咧？各位觀眾可以踴躍啲發問嘅喎。係啦，頭先嗰度有一位。
Hi, thank you for your presentation. I do have a question, particular on the measurement as well. In the final one about measurement, there was one point that you mentioned about how time limitation actually promotes creativity, and I remember we had a conversation in person as well. I want to ask you about this one because how did you evaluate and decide on 6 minutes per question is sufficient for creativity? I think that is one point I want to ask, because especially as a designer, sometimes creativity is by an inspiration, maybe that squid or that jellyfish inspires me and I think of something and I have an explosion of ideas. But if I look at it another day, on a bad day, and I look at it and I'm just I don't know what I'm thinking. but it doesn't mean that I'm not creative, but then it means I also fail the test. Like, how do you, evaluate that? Thank you.
Thank you. That's such a great question. So we also discussed with this question with our team as well, because the student that participate in is also in the second round selection. We have like 300 students all over the country. So they have to take a test at the same time. So, and we also have the time limitation to select those students. So in the research about creativity, there are two different sides. Some people that do a lot of research about creativity. So some of them say that to make people create something that creatively, they have to spend a lot of time. But some they have to select some of them, we should have a time limitation here. So it's about the management that because we working with a lot of people, so time is the precious thing that we have to manipulate that. Thank you for your answer. I hope I answered your question. Actually, we would like to design some tests, some assessment that have a different way that the time limitation and give them more time to finish the task. But the task may not it's not hard. It can finish in the short amount of time. So in this year, it's kind of year of improvement our model. Thank you for your question. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kittikorn. ขอบคุณครับคุณ Kittikorn